Ever wondered about the quirkiest tales from around the world? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the tale of a girl who lived an astonishingly unusual life in an African village. Now, imagine a place where the sun kisses the earth, where the rhythm of drums echoes in the air, and where the spirit of community binds people together. This is the vibrant setting of our story, nestled in the heart of Africa. Here in this bustling village lived a girl whose story is anything but ordinary. This girl, with her twinkling eyes and infectious laughter, was known by every villager, not just for her radiant smile, but for a reason that will leave your eyebrows reaching for the sky. You see, this young lady, before she even turned 16, had slept with every man in the village. Yes, you heard it right. So, prepare for a roller coaster of a story that will leave you in awe of this girl's extraordinary life. In this African village, there existed an age-old tradition that might raise your eyebrows. Picture this, a tradition so unique it could probably give the Guinness World Records a run for their money. This isn't your typical pass the parcel or pin the tail on the donkey. Oh no, this is an entirely different ball game. This village, tucked away in the heart of Africa, was home to a rather peculiar custom. A custom that required a girl to sleep with every man in the village before she could tie the knot at the tender age of 16. Yes, I can almost hear the collective gasp. Well, don't drop your monocles just yet, for the tale gets even more fascinating. Now, this wasn't a tradition born out of lasciviousness or depravity. Quite the contrary, it was deeply rooted in their belief system. The villagers believed that this ritual would imbue the girl with the wisdom and strength of the entire village. In essence, it was their unique way of passing on their collective wisdom and blessings to the next generation. Curious, isn't it? A tradition that would likely cause a scandal in the prim and proper parlours of Victorian England was simply a part of life in this African village, a rite of passage, if you will. And while it might seem outrageous to some, it was deeply respected and revered within the community. Humorously, the village elders often quipped that this was their own version of community service, a way to ensure that every man had a stake in the future of the village, quite literally. So the next time you grumble about having to rake leaves or pick up trash for your community service, remember it could always be more personal. In this village, each tradition had its place, each custom its significance. It was a tapestry of beliefs and rituals woven together over generations, creating a vibrant cultural fabric that was as fascinating as it was intricate. Now, imagine being a girl in this village and having to navigate through this peculiar tradition. Our protagonist, a girl of spirit and resilience, was to embark on a journey that was anything but ordinary. In the heart of the village, where tradition shaped the rhythm of life, our heroine found herself in a unique position. She was to participate in an ancient ritual that would see her sleep with every man in the village before she could be wed. Now, this may sound rather peculiar, if not utterly mind-boggling to our modern sensibilities, but in this village, it was the norm. Our spirited girl, let's call her Amina, faced this tradition with a surprising mix of fear, curiosity, and a dash of humor. For her, it was a rite of passage, a journey to womanhood that was as much a part of her life as the African sun that kissed the earth each day. Each encounter with the village men turned out to be an adventure on its own. There was the village elder, who had stories that could fill a library. He was as old as the hills, with a memory that could rival an elephant's. His tales of ancient wars and mythical creatures kept Amina entertained, leaving her with a newfound respect for the village's history. Then, there was the village blacksmith, strong as an ox, yet gentle as a lamb. His muscles, honed by years of hammering iron, were as impressive as his ability to craft beautiful jewelry from mere scraps. Amina learned the value of hard work and the art of transforming the mundane into the extraordinary from him. And so the journey continued, filled with laughter, lessons, and a few awkward moments. Through it all, Amina emerged stronger, wiser, and ready to take on the world. In this village, where tradition was woven into the fabric of life, Amina experienced a journey that was anything but ordinary. She embraced the ritual, learned from it and grew with it. It was a testament to her resilience, her spirit, and her ability to see the humor in life's most challenging situations. And so, at the young age of 16, she was ready for the next chapter of her life marriage. With the village tradition behind her, the girl was ready to tie the knot. But of course, in this village, weddings were far from ordinary. Picture this, a wedding where the bride doesn't just walk down the aisle, she dances. And not alone, mind you. She's accompanied by a parade of villagers, each swaying rhythmically to the pulsating African beats, their joy as infectious as the music itself. The bride, our girl, is radiant. She's dressed in vibrant traditional attire, a kaleidoscope of colors that seem to burst with life, and on her head, a crown fashioned from the most splendid local flowers, because in this village, every bride is a queen for the day. But wait, there's more. The wedding feast isn't your typical 3-tiered cake and champagne affair. Oh no, this village knows how to throw a party. Picture a spread of mouth-watering African dishes, the aroma filling the air, tantalizing every sense. And for dessert, a local delicacy lovingly prepared by the village women, a symbol of the sweetness that awaits the newlyweds in their married life. And what's a village wedding without a bit of friendly competition? The villagers, young and old, partake in traditional games, their laughter echoing throughout the village. It's a sight that would make even the sternest of hearts crack a smile. As the sun sets, the couple are led to a beautifully decorated hut, their first home together. The villagers, their faces glowing in the light of the setting sun, wave them off, their cheers a heartwarming chorus of well wishes. And then, under the starlit African sky, the couple exchange their vows. Their promises to each other, whispered in the hush of the night, are as simple and profound as their love. And just like that, our girl was married. But her story doesn't end here. You might think that after such an extraordinary journey, life would return to normal for our protagonist, but oh, how wrong you'd be. Picture this: a 16-year-old newlywed who's just completed a village tradition that would leave most of us in a state of perpetual exhaustion. Yet here she is, embarking on a new chapter of her life with the same gusto that she approached every other challenge. You'd probably expect her life to be a cakewalk after the whirlwind of her premarital tradition, right? But life, my dear listeners, is rarely that straightforward. Our protagonist found herself navigating the turbulent waters of married life, juggling the responsibilities of a wife and the expectations of her village. Her day started at the crack of dawn, tending to her husband and household, only to be followed by hours of labor in the fields. Yet amidst the toil and sweat, she found joy. A kind of joy that comes from the satisfaction of a hard day's work and a home filled with love and laughter. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. There were times when the weight of her responsibilities threatened to crush her spirit. Times when the snide remarks of village gossips pierced her heart like 1,000 arrows. Times when she questioned if the tradition that had defined her life had prepared her for the challenges of her present. But you see, our girl was made of sterner stuff. She faced each challenge with a sparkle in her eyes and a grin on her face. She laughed in the face of adversity and danced in the rain of criticism. She took the lemons life threw at her, and boy, did she make a fine lemonade. Through it all, she discovered a strength she never knew she had, a resilience forged in the fires of her past. She found that life, much like her tradition, was a journey to be lived, not a problem to be solved. And so, our girl navigated through her unusual life with resilience and a dash of humor. So, what can we take from this incredible tale of an African girl and her unusual life? Well, let's start from the top. Born into a village steeped in tradition, our heroine navigated the complexities of her culture with grace and humor. She lived her life in a way most of us would find unimaginable, but she did it with a sense of courage and a wink of mischief. Her journey, while unconventional, left an indelible mark on her village. She pushed boundaries, questioned norms, and in doing so, paved the way for future generations to rethink their own traditions. Her story became a beacon of resilience and a testament to the power of laughter in the face of adversity. Her legacy? A reminder that life is not a one-size-fits-all affair. It's about carving out your own path, making your own rules, and finding joy in the most unexpected of places. And that, folks, is the story of a girl who lived a life far from ordinary, teaching us that humor and resilience can indeed make for an extraordinary life.